life lessons that I'm still learning at this big age. Welcome to the channel, everybody. It's been a bit, I guess probably about close to 2 weeks since I've shared here on the main platform. It's been a lot transpiring in life, in my life. And there's a lot of life lessons that I'm still learning. So forgive me if it is not a very clear video. I'm hoping that it is. It's a very cloudy day. I'm going to show you guys. Y'all should have seen it. It's breaking up now, so the video is becoming a little clearer. So hopefully you guys can see me. Man, I'm just going through a season right now. And I have not been motivated or inspired to really share on the channel. So y'all please forgive me for not being here. So thank you all for tuning in today. I just wanted to share a bit. Headed to work. It's been a long month. My coworker, the other administrative assistant in the office, has been out on maternity leave. So it's been a long month. She's been gone about 3 weeks. I ain't gonna say a month. It's been about 3 weeks now, and I've been handling everything, guys. So it's been rough. Let me see. Maybe this is a little bit better on this side. A lot of things are happening right now. For the first time, my mother has fallen ill physically. So we're going through a challenge with her right now. And y'all just keep her in your prayers that she will recover and that we'll be able to deal with whatever happens, after her treatment. Also, I've been having a pinched nerve for about 7 days now. Originally, I was thinking it was associated with my autoimmune illness, but I have a pinched nerve, guys. So that's been a little challenging for me. Having to work, it's in my neck. So I feel like I got just an ongoing crook in my neck, and it's been really hard to sleep. I have a job that requires me to move around a lot. So therefore, lifting things, moving things, setting up, breaking down, catering, and it's been a challenge having to do all of that while nursing a pinched nerve. What in the world is happening right now in this traffic? So you guys keep me in your prayers. But such is life. I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm not wallowing in pity or anything like that. But it just has been a challenge on the job. And just navigating everything. Just finding out things sometimes. Just sitting with yourself and recognizing things in your life that you just overlook, not because you're naive, but because you have a caring heart, and that you try to show up and be helpful to people in spite of them not reciprocating, their the lack thereof of them doing the things in their lives for themselves. And sometimes I think we think the closer that people are to us, meaning whether they're friends or family, that they are owed something more than other people in our lives. But it's really not about that, honestly. In the perfect world, it would be, because you would think that family would be the ones who really go over and beyond for you, or friends, or real close friends would be the ones. But when you're in a state of need, when you're going through something, guys, that's truly when you see who those people really are. And it's been a challenge for me. It's been a real challenge. So I've been dealing with a lot, and so I think that has affected me being as consistent on the channel. And I'm not going to get on here every time and say, oh, please forgive me for not being consistent, because we all navigating life right now, right? We all are going through challenges of life and living life in this season. And I'm sure a lot of you all are experiencing your own challenges and dealing with things, but I'm still learning life lessons. I'm gonna tell you guys something that happened to me. All of a sudden I got something in my throat. Just this past Sunday, I went to the store, and there was these two ladies. I would say they were probably around 30, early 30s, shopping in the store, and I was in there just for a few things, and I kept seeing them on the aisles with me, which was not unusual, but I just did. And so when we got up to the line to check out, they were maybe two people ahead of me. And so, and when I say they bought a lot of stuff, now let me say this part. It was raining when I went to the store, right? So it was raining. It wasn't a thunderstorm or hard rain. It was just a soft rain, quiet rain. So it was raining when we came in. And so they were shopping, and they had a lot of bags. They were buying a lot of things. And so they finished their shopping. They went out, and there were two people in between us. So I was like the fourth person back. And I went up to the line and I shopped. I got my things, and I would say maybe 10 minutes had gone by in between us, me and the two ladies. So when I got outside, they were standing there, and they asked me, ma'am, can you give us a ride? And I was a little taken aback, and I seen all of the grocery bags on the ground. You know, they were just standing there. We live around there. And I was like, you know what? And I felt so bad because y'all know me. I'm that person who just want the world to love, to give, to be kind. And in my heart, I was just like, man, you know, it's raining. Even though it wasn't raining hard, it was like a soft, quiet rain, just misting, because I didn't even use my umbrella. But it was raining. And a little bit cool, because it's been cool. It's 39 degrees this morning, y'all. Yeah, I'll peep that. But anyway, I stood there for a second, and I was just like, I should give these ladies a ride. But then something came over me, and I was like, I don't think I can do that. And, you know, I could see they were taken aback by that, because they, you know, kind of gave me a look like, wow, you know, because I've been told that I have that type of feeling that people approach me and they're like, you know, oh, she's friendly. And I've noticed that in stores, sometimes people will, you know, come to me and ask me to do things. Or if I'm out at a park, you know, all races will be like, can you take a photo of us? You know, I don't know, maybe I just have that appearance that I'm a kind person, maybe. And I got in my car and I was driving home, and I almost turned around, guys, and went back. But then I said to myself, no, Lydia, don't do this. It reminded me of the time I brought the homeless lady in my house to live with me. If you weren't following me that far back, I'm not going to go back through that story, but that was a whole thing, guys. Anyhow, so I felt really, really bad for like 2 days. I felt like I should have given those ladies a ride. But then I talked to one of my friends. He was like, Lydia, I understand that you have a kind heart. You always want to help people. But sometimes it's just not the smart thing to do. And he reminded me of a situation where his friend had given same ladies a ride. They set him up and they robbed him, had guys rob him. And I'm not saying those ladies was going to have somebody rob me, but you just don't know what people's thought processes are and why they're doing things. And then he brought to my attention that they were in there spending, and they had to have at least $100 worth of groceries, at least. And they did not think about how they were going to get those groceries home. Needless to say, it was raining when they came, so they knew it was raining because it had been raining all morning. And it was raining when they left. Y'all hang on a second. I got to go in this garage. And nobody was prepared for that. Not an Uber, taxi, friend, no situation set up to prepare them for being able to get their groceries home. So that made me feel a little bit better. And I started thinking that, I'm like, man, am I really that naive to think that nobody would harm me? So I feel like that's a lesson that I'm still learning, that even though I desire to be kind and help people, that it's not always the smartest thing to do. And sometimes you gotta, be okay with your choices of not doing something and not let it haunt you. And I'll let things haunt me for days. Like I was just wrong. Like it was my responsibility. And when I look at my life, I realize that has been me my entire life. And that is the reason why I have went through some of the things that I've gone through, is because I felt that way. Hang on a second, guys. I think I want to believe that everybody has kindness inside of them, and that everyone will appreciate the help that you're willing to give them, and people are not looking to harm you. I think my spirit wants to believe that that's in people who ask for help, and not realizing that sometimes people are out there really plotting to deceive you, or to hurt you, to harm you, to rob you. Because when I thought about it more, because my friend was just helping me to understand that, yeah, you wanting to help them was a good deed. But in this climate that we have now gotten into, it's hard to know who you can help and who you can't help. And I know that some people on here probably say, girl, you should have went ahead and gave them rides. But I want to ask you, how often do you ride places and pick people up who are asking for a ride? And I'm not saying it has to be men. It could just be women. How many times have you seen that? And, and I just thought about it. And I think for me, it was the fact that they had groceries. I think it was the fact that it was raining. And I just was imagining my daughters, because they were around my daughter's age, my two daughters walking in the rain carrying groceries. Even though these are grown women, they were like 30-ish, walking in the rain trying to get groceries home. But then I thought about it and I was like, he was right. Why didn't they plan for this? And if they had the money to buy that amount of groceries, why didn't they put aside just enough money to call an Uber? Because one of the girls was on the phone the whole time in the store. And so I was just like, let it go. And I was just like, it's still a life lesson that I'm learning at this big age, that, even though I desire, and I think I come from a generation of people who were helpful. We were the generations that would pick somebody up thumbing on the side of the road. You don't see that often now, but I come from that generation. I remember that in the country when my dad used to pick people up and let them jump on the back of the truck. But we live in a world now where that kindness is gone. And I think that's where the life lessons is, that even though my heart still desires that in life, that kindness does not exist around the world like it did. And we want it to come back. So with that being said, I want to be able to do these things, but that could get me hurt. That could get me harmed. So sometimes I have to go with the gut feeling. And even though I wanted to do it, my gut was telling me no. And that was the same thing when I brought the homeless woman into my home. When she told me her story, my gut was saying, it's probably not a good idea. But my heart was like, I can't stand to see a woman on the streets. And when I went and asked my minister about it, he told me not to do that. He flat out told me. He didn't think about it. He said, let's assist her in different ways. That's not the greatest. But I went and did it what I felt my heart wanted to do. So I'm still learning lessons in life. I'm learning lessons about true friendships. I'm learning lessons about family and how they show up for you, or the lack of showing up for you, even when you show up for them and you do things for them time and time again. And that one time that you refuse to do something, you see everything about how they feel, how they love you. You know, it's conditional. And that's a hard pill for me to swallow at this big age, that I have to adjust some things. And I don't want to be a hardened person. I want to be a person that shows love, godly love, and kindness. But I do have to be selective in that. And so I'm still learning big lessons at this age, at this big age. Life lessons. And I know you always learn in life. You're going to continue to learn your whole life. But I'm learning some big lessons, guys, at this big age. So I thought I'd share that this morning just to get you to think about where you are and what's going on with everything that's transpiring in this world right now. It's been hard, challenging. It really has been. But y'all, you know, make good decisions, intuition, trust it, and go with it. Not feel guilty. Don't punish yourself. Don't beat yourself up when you have to say no or do something different or help in a different way. It's not always your problem to have to, it's not your problem to have to solve other people's problems. You can assist them, but it's not your problem. So I wanted to share that this morning. So y'all have a great day. Hope you can see me. I know this video was kind of janky with the coloring and everything, but it was just something on my heart that I wanted to get out this morning. So have a great day. Thank you for viewing. If you're new, I appreciate you for stopping by. If you're OG, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.